Team pick.
But 5th pick for Wanzhou, still thinking pretty hard about this. Energy Pacemaker on the other hand, you know, Wind Ranger we still said. Not guaranteed what lane she's going into, but it's more likely than not going to be a second support here for their 5th pick. Maybe something that has a little more aggressive roaming potential.
Yeah, I wonder what TongFu are thinking for the mid lane, if they just want to go for a really good lane matchup or if they have a plan for the mid game, but it's kind of at the back of their heads if they know, like in the back of their minds, that they are knocked out. The question is if they are aware, because we were questioning that when they conceded last game, when it actually was still possible for them technically to come back into it and win that game. But they are eliminated from the tournament, so dependent on that, I don't know if they're just going for something YOLO here. Go for the techies.
Running out of time though, 20 seconds remaining. Techies will be fun to see.
Lina, good matchup for her. She's one of the few heroes that beat Storm in lane. Long-range nukes, very easy to push out the lane and get runes. If you land any good light strike array, or this also allows Rubik to actually roam for that lane and do something meaningful. I actually think it's a really good pick.
And who's there to save Storm? Do you just have the Earthshaker sitting there constantly? You know, they're Radiant side, so Storm can go and take the medium camp himself while ES stacks large camp, and they've got these opportunities, but
I actually think... can they kill Wind Ranger in the off lane?
With Telekinesis Rocket Barrage?
That's not enough.
If Gyro goes early boots.
If they get a tether too, I guess, they could do weight boost.
I haven't seen that in a while.
It's a good way of dealing with X. I think that's the main thing.
It's not going to be support Wind Ranger, no. Lur picks up the Zeus, so yeah, support Zeus.
It's, let me think, how are they going to lane this? They're going to do Shaker, Wind Ranger off lane, or just Wind Ranger. Then they're going to put, I feel like TongFu actually has a pretty good draft. God, and if they can execute the strat, but...
Prepare for battle.
They're aware they have nothing to win this.
Yeah. Right, Sind.
I know.
Pimp Muckle. Wrong. But it's all good.
Right. Well, I can keep track of it a little bit because they haven't paused, so I'm going to be sitting in a really dumb way here.
I'm going to try and look over his shoulder, but no, we're back in the game. There's X-Bingo on that axe with Sayaka behind him on the Wisp over another top rune spot. You've got Small Tooth Thunder on the high ground. Jin-Q actually going aggressively up here with Telekinesis and Rocket Barrage. They could potentially kill him. He doesn't want to go for Bristleback level 1. He wants the Quill Sprays. But are they going to ward up these Ancients? What are the actual lanes here? What heroes do we have? So DDR on the Rubik, YCYK on that Lina, Axe, X-Bingo. So it's pretty standard from TongFu Wanzhou, not anything too surprising. The Wisp is, like you said, maybe the one that we don't see go bot, goes top, depending on how they want to run things, but early bottle for him with that bounty rune. Radiant, though, is the more interesting one. Up at top, we do have the Bristleback, all alone for now, which is going to be Small Tooth Thunder. Mid lane is Earthshaker just blocking off while a Storm returns. No, Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger mid, old chicken. So you got Storm safe lane, which is going to be Fan, and he's going to be supported by the Zeus of Lur. Interesting.
Yeah, this is a little bit of weird laning, I feel. In this game, I think it's very useful to farm the Bristle in the safe lane. You could offlane the Wind Ranger instead of putting her mid, but I guess it's just player preference that kind of made the decision for them here.
Yeah, and then we come.
It's a good matchup for Storm. Storm against Axe is pretty good in the safe lane. Oh, the Fissure, he's not actually doing anything about this.
LT doesn't get the body block. The wind run from Old Chicken. He's got power shot, and this should be a secured kill. YCYK drops to the great play from Earthshaker, and that's the thing. He can play aggressively. With Fissure very early on, it's an amazing skill. The Mango on Bristleback. Value Mango.
It's actually a really good hero for Mango.
It allows him to turn the tides, because you think, okay, he's out of mana, Quill Spray's not going to come out anymore, then all of a sudden, bam! Spamming out a few more onto Rubik, who has, one way to escape that sort of chase potential from Bristle, Telekinesis, but once that's gone, no real way to run. Jin-Q waiting for Small Tooth Thunder to make a misstep, but he's not going to do it. Last hit wise, pretty expected. Gyro 6 and 4, Wind Ranger 7 and 1. The fact that she got that kill, got like a couple of creeps in there before Lina TP's back in. Trading hits right now, and not gonna land the Light Strike Array. This is something that is gonna be troubling this Lina. Expecting the Storm, and the matchup there would have been good. The fact the Storm kind of has to get into the creep wave with Remnants and looks for the trade-offs with Overload. Not the same. Oh. Wisp drops a bot lane. Fisher not going to block Zexbingo on the other side, but Storm did die first.
Yeah, that's a good trade for TongFu. This is the kind of stuff they're looking for. If they can shut down the Storm a bit, I guess that's the reason they didn't put the Storm mid. They just wanted to dodge the Lina matchup as well. So if by putting that safe lane, they were expecting to get him in an easier lane, but with Wisp Axe getting the kill on him, he's not having the easiest time ever. It is a trade though, like you said.
Lina mid lane losing a hell of a lot of HP. Must have been hit by a power shot, I guess, there from the Wind Ranger, but forced back out of lane. Her bottle, is that coming in on the courier? I hope so. Yes, good. I was thinking, I hope it's not delayed any further because she needs that right now. LG
She's
is
still
waiting.
not safe though.
If she goes looking for this bottom rune now, she's gonna just ferry it back.
Even if she just goes to farm the wave, she can actually still get killed here.
Oh, LT
well-placed fissure.
Spots out. Yeah, that's a good one, but Old Chicken, can you get in there? Level 1 Shackle Shot, level 2 in Power Shot. As the Windrun is still available, dodges out, gets away, and there's the Shackle. 2 more right clicks will get the kill. A Wind Ranger, once again, with the help of this Earthshaker, shutting down Lina completely.
And there's no rune to grab, though. But they still get another kill. This mid lane is actually completely over. Lina is going to get destroyed now. Shaker can just keep roaming there. As long as they're not killing this Bristol in the top lane, it's a trade-off.
Oh, alright, they've got him now. Another Rocket Barrage. Small Tooth Thunder couldn't escape from that one. But good play by Jinkyu, and this is something we've seen quite a bit. When he's playing Gyrocopter, he knows exactly what he can do with his hero.
Let's see if they can get a fissure block. There's no follow-up, though. And the Wisp Axe in the bottom lane. They're looking to put some more pressure onto Fan here. He can't really go to the wave as long as they're posing this aggressively.
So comeback wise for the Lina.
Pulls it back safely now.
Do you ask your supports, or do you ask the Rubik to start stacking up the jungle for you? Because things are looking a little bit rough. There are no stacks built up right now.
I think they need to gank, but I don't know if they can with the Wisp in the bottom lane. And if he moves, maybe it's too obvious. I think the timing on killing the Wind Ranger is kind of over at this point. And yeah, maybe stacking is the way back into the game.
But then there's no stacks for Axe. He has been farming the jungle, the Radiant jungle with the Wisp, so they have been sort of utilizing that quite well. Moving over, guarding runes and things like that.
They need Lina to get stuff. You do not play a core Lina from behind that very well, so...
And Old Chicken. Wind Ranger is his hero. Top lane, Small Tooth Thunder. Like every time you look at this top lane, you see where Gyro's standing. He's not behind his own creep wave. He's either parallel with where the creep waves meet, or he's ahead, looking for that play. Looking for DDR to get the telekinesis, but this means that lane equilibrium has quite often been pushing forward. They've not been pulling with the Rubik. They've not really been holding the lane back. YCYK. Hide, Old Chicken TP's bot lane, the Wisp and Axe, a diving Fan on about 200 HP, the Shackle Shot out onto Zexbingo now, gets healed up, Sayaka keeps him going, Power Shot and Thunderbolt, not going to be enough to take him down just yet, and they will back themselves up, but that's a commitment from the Axe and Wisp. Keeping Fan alive is a big deal here.
Yeah, the forced rotation from the mid laner though, that's okay. I was sure one of them was going to die there. They looked like they were really far in and that the Shackle Shot was going to be enough of a setup, but...
A million stick charges saved them all.
Lots of healing from the Wisp. I think they both had stick usage there and 2 bottle charges, so... Yeah.
Yeah, they had a ton. Fan just been spamming out Remnants, so stick charges amassing. Bristleback, how are we looking for him? 667 gold, so Bottle you kind of assume here. Could go for his brown boots, maybe head into Vanguard, but Bottle has kind of been that mainstay item for a lot of Bristlebacks.
I think you need boots against the Gyro.
I guess.
He could try to go for treads, but in a way boots bottom is the way to go, so he can just farm a little bit more with the quills. You could eat his mango right now, but that's not really that much value in the long run. Just rather hold on to that. He did buy boots, I think. They're on the
pretty sure he did, yeah.
And then it's about whether he went for the bottle buildup or treads.
Oh, telekinesis. Earthshaker, Light Strike Array hits now. Old Chicken picks up the illusion rune as LT. Fisher not going to get cast as he's stunned up and dead. Shackle Shot will latch though as YCYK. The Lina's caught a few more hits here from the Wind Ranger, but he turns to fight. Old Chicken doesn't get the final click in there, and TongFu WZ come out 2 for 0. Lina on what, 3 health?
Yeah, that was super close. I'm surprised he turned around like that and And actually, I think he tried to attack like once or twice first before the Slave, and he cut that one really, really close. But they do manage. They kind of bring Lina back into the game a bit with it. She's still 900 net worth behind the Windranger, but it could have been way worse than this without that kill.
Now, TongFu WZ, they do need, quite a few items for their heroes to start going. You'll step on Lina would be nice. You can go and... Lina was left with 1 health? Wow, okay.
Oh my god.
Cutting it close indeed. So yeah, the Wisp, he's kind of XP dependent, needs that level 6 to really start making things happen, of course. Overcharge, middle lane, old chicken.
Oh, they missed the combo.
Drags him back now, he'll shackle up DDR, but he's getting healed by the Wisp back, so there's not going to be a kill made there. But yeah, telekinesis into Light Strike Array, usually relatively simple.
That's a pretty easy combo to land. They just, they messed up a little bit there. I guess they might have thought their... Yeah, it just looked like miscommunication more than anything, that they tried to cast the abilities at the same time and ultimately pulls him out of the Light Strike. I do think they might have actually been able to kill him there, so that's kind of costly.
Axe is going to get a good timing in his blink though. Sitting at about 1200, the Small Tooth Thunder just stands there and face tags the Fade Bolt. Now cooldown will come down onto him, the Rocket Barrage, and you've got to wonder for that, 3/4 of a second, 1 second, that he's standing there thinking, hey Rubik, how are you? Oh crap, I'm dead.
What was he looking at? I don't know, he must have looked at something else. Maybe he was buying items or something.
The call on to Fan turned into X-Bingo getting stunned up. Alert is here, the lightning spam out, Axe will die. Delaying his blink tag a little bit, but that probably drops him down to 1k, 1100. Yeah, there we go, 1087. Oh man, old chicken turns to fight. Was that Laguna Blade just thrown out and not even getting a kill? That's a pretty big expenditure there from Lina. Because if you know you're not going to get the kill, you don't really want to waste that cooldown, right?
He might have thought he could get away with it. I guess there was a lot of 1 charges there. Else there's no way Chicken would have that much health left. So.
1 MVP so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good 1 juices.
DDR, this is pretty risky and he's dead. No, stick charges again. Okay, definitely stick charges. We're going to get a couple more right clicks in here. The phase boots, 1 more click out to this one. DDR, Fade Bolt out. Old Chicken does find the kill. He's got no mana to TP just yet. Another 20 needed. So Dragon Slave will be off the mark.
Oh, that is a very, very cold Windranger.
Oh dear.
Dunk.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But X-Bingo heads into the jungle looking for a little bit of farm there. The Wisp down on bot lane, getting into that level 6, throws out the orbs onto Fan, the balls hitting him in the face. Bristleback at, the thing is here, the blink call from Axe is going to come up before the Storm Spirit has any reasonable items. He's not going to have anything to do any kind of work. While the Bristleback is kind of the same story. He's not tanked up enough to deal. Oh, Axe is, he's in the jungle, isn't he? I was like, oh god, he's losing his HP, he's dying, but he's in the jungle. Yeah, but the Bristleback's not going to be able to tank up enough to actually deal with Blink Call, Laguna Blade, and Rocket Barrage.
No, I don't. This is why I don't like Bristle being played this way. He's just going to seem very ineffective, I feel, for the next amount of time. And
without any sustain.
Yeah.
Like from a support hero or something.
And that means they can also just, because he doesn't put out enough pressure, they could probably just Blink Call the Storm and blow him up with Lina. And Bristle is not going to get enough work done at the same time because he can't fully commit into that. There's cooldown's going to be slowing him down, and they're going to probably just be able to burst him because he doesn't have any items yet. So a lot is on the Windranger's shoulders. She did have a good laning stage though, so they could probably make it work.
Well,
so they're trying to bait with Bristle now.
Gyrocopter has been untouched, and yeah, the tasty Bristleback on top, you're going to be thinking, right, time to kill. Thunder God's Wrath scouts them out, but maybe that's too early, an indication of what they're planning here. Axe has the Blink Dagger, but really low on his HP, so can't come in here to help out with the fight. YCYK backs himself down towards the middle lane where, who is that? The Rubik's already waiting. Ready to get jumped on by Storm Spirit, who ball lightnings across. Light Strike Array again missing! The telekinesis foiled. But Fan doesn't get the kill. Even with the DD rune, the Rubik escapes.
This is really weird. Like, that's just, it's 2 times in a row. I mean, sometimes you whiff it, but it looks like they're just not on the same page with what they want to do for this. I think they could have actually killed the Storm there. If that Light Strike Array hits, it's a level 4 Dragon Slave plus a Laguna on top, and I think he might have had the mana for Fate Bolt as well. I'm pretty sure they could have maybe killed him there. I don't know if he had it. We can't see it now, but
and he stole ball lightning.
Yeah, else he could have ball lightning maybe for, well, no damage, I guess. So
I thought maybe Wisp would relocate somewhere, but X-Bingo and Sayaka, they see top lane and some juicy targets up here. Earthshaker, they're picking him out. They know he's there. Can they find him though? Ball lightning from the Rubik wills it forward. Telekinesis shortly after, and LT does get caught in the enemy jungle behind enemy lines, and there's no one to save him. Dunked into the ground on the ramp. Fan at bot lane is still farming away. What's, like, Bloodstone, right? You can't go Orchid, it's too late for that. The aggressive potential here is kind of waning. The fact that Bristleback needs some build up. Axe jumps in, Old Chicken is caught. The balls from Sayaka, you know, doing a decent amount of damage, but he's still tanking through it all. About 100 HP away here from Threshold, and it's going to be Culling Blade. Good shackle from Old Chicken. Keeps himself alive in the relocate out. Bristleback will sort of fend them off a little bit here as YCYK has been left high and dry by his teammates.
I still think Orchid is the choice. He is going to go for the Bloodstone, but he definitely got away with an Orchid. It would have been slightly late, maybe like minute 18 or so, but that's still okay if the situation is right. It's a really good way of dealing with Axe. You can always just pre-cast Orchid when he's about to blink and he doesn't get call off. It's the best easy way of killing the Wisp.
Good against Lina.
It's good against Lina. I think there's a lot of merit to it, but yeah, Bloodstone is also fine, especially if he starts racking up some charges early. There's a lot of, you can look at it that way too. He has a lot of free kills anyway. Like Wisp is probably still gonna die, so is Rubik, and Lina is so poor in this game that he can probably kill her very easily too. If she doesn't even, it's not out of the question that she doesn't get a Eul's before he gets Bloodstone, and then she's a very easy kill for the Storm Spirit.
This Mango has not been used yet by the Bristleback. Still value Mango holding it.
Let's see if they can get a fissure here. There's actually no relocate available, and he has the opportunity to block off the gyro here.
Oh, if they catch wind of this,
No
the Axe is
TP on
going to
Storm.
blink onto him. That's a good point. So there's two heroes at bottom lane. Wind Ranger, there's the Fissure, but just slowing down this. Blink call, Axe. LT is caught a little bit here with his pants down, and Culling Blade not even expended. That's a good enchant totem and Echo Slam. Not going to keep him alive. A little bit of damage dealt back, and also no tower kill mid. Relocate coming in to try and take down Fan. Not even needed as the Laguna Blade from YCYK will zap him into oblivion, and it just keeps on going. Wanju now found Lur, the Zeus up on his own ramp. Thought he was safe, but the Lightning God taken down by the big man with the axe. Tether back as Sayaka is on the retreat here from the Bristleback even.
That was really, really good for them. They got 3 kills in a tower for nothing.
One after one on 2 separate lanes.
Surprising here that EP don't seem to be... I feel like they could have really done something top there with this TP from Storm and maybe one more hero. But he didn't get it until late, and then he TP'd mid, I believe, to try to go for that Lina kill.
Yeah.
It's understandable he wants to target the Lina, but that top lane was actually, I do believe that was a possible fight for them. And they ended up conceding the tower, and not only that, but then they also got their Shaker killed by just walking in to try to fissure them. So, a little bit of an extra prize, I guess you could say, for TongFu that...
And then the Zeus is like cherry on the top.
Yeah.
Walks in, thinks, oh, I'll get a Chain Lightning and then a Lightning Bolt out here, maybe get a creep kill or force them back. Still gets jumped on by the Axe.
He's currently level 7. I'm imagining he'll skill Static Field level 8, because it's really a very good value point at the very least. In some cases you would want to max Static Field over Arc Lightning. Most of the time you see players maxing out the Arc though. It's generally the idea of getting the max Static Fields if you're playing against multiple tanky heroes where you get so much damage out of just that 11% compared to 5. As Arc Lightning in this game, for example, will definitely be more beneficial damage-wise, as the heroes on the dire side don't really have that high HP pools.
Yeah. And you see Gyro's gone for Helm of the Dominator and Bracer, so he's not gone for, SNY, BKB or anything just yet. He has got pretty much full stats with the drums on top, but 1,000 or 1,100 HP 15 minutes into the game is, pretty easy to take through. Wind Ranger is the one that I'm kind of wondering which route she goes for, mobility or damage. She's saving up a hell of a lot of gold, or Aghanims first. Well, Lur, you're gonna get caught out here. The blink call from Zex Bingo.
Really good fissure.
And Storm, it allows him to jump in. The Zeus is already dead. YCYK though, Light Strike Ray misses, and Fan is on the edge here, just zapping back and forth. Call down will land onto 2. Bristleback does not have enough HP. Zex Bingo, right click down, his old chicken is running low on HP, and he's got no mana left. Jin Q with one more rocket barrage, juked around the trees, and there's no vision left. Old chicken escapes, and Fan turns to fight Lur here at the Zeus. Zip back as Fan loses his life at the very last second. Oh boy.
That was a funny exchange.
5 for 3 buyback on the Zeus, so 4.
Yeah, they still come out ahead even with that buyback though. It's not a very expensive buyback. It's a position 4 support, minute 16. Probably cost them like 500 gold and helped them set up a couple of extra kills there toward the end. So Yeah, still fun to see that chase, the ring around the Rosie.
Like, Wind Ranger got so much gold from that. She was already sitting on, what, 3.3k? Sorry, 2.7k, and now she's up to about 3.4.
Is he gonna buy anything?
Nah, just keep the... She's gonna buy, like, 50 mangoes.
Come on, Pimp Muckle, show us the rapier again.
Buy 50 mangoes and put them all on the ground. Shadow Blade.
All right.
Nice. Really good up against Wisp. You walk past the axe, you walk past the Gyrocopter, find the whip, shackle him up to someone, and take him down.
She might even consider Silver Edge this game. I guess it
Fiery
disables
Soul,
counter helix, Fire Soul.
That's it. Null Field, I'm not sure about that one. But it's not a skill that you really think about.
Technically it should, but I guess it doesn't. And even if she disables that, she probably kills him instantly anyway. So doesn't really matter too much on that one. But I don't know. It's interesting to see Wind Ranger Shadow Blade. It's not really a common build at all. But does help setting up some nice shackle shots from time to time. And of course, they might be interested in turning him into a really strong carry here, as they are probably picking up on the fact that Bristleback is definitely behind par in this game. He doesn't even have a mech yet, minute 17. As, well, Storm is doing all right, but he's actually behind the Lina, who had a horrible start. But he was also the offlaner, to be fair. But we generally do see Bristles get pretty good farm.
Well, Axe with about 6k, the Gyrocopter with 8. Earthshaker still making his way towards that Blink Dagger. And yeah, this is something that Small Tooth Thunder has done a great job with. If it is too risky up at the top lane, he can't farm his own jungle because that's pretty crowded already. Wind Ranger, Zeus, and Storm all utilizing that pretty well. He's just farming Ancients, stacking them, taking single camps, but Gyro well on his way to BKB right now, 18 minutes in. When do we start looking at Roshan? Because TongFu WZ, they could easily smoke in there. It is a little bit scary though with Thunder God's Wrath on the field. The fact that there's always that capability to get the vision across the map.
And the lineup isn't that good for doing it. They don't have a medallion, they don't have any really hardcore single target damage. A lot of Gyro is still just the magical rocket barrage and call down. It's kind of useless against Roche, so I don't think they can do it yet. Actually, neither team is really good at it. I want to say the Radiant is better because they have Nasal Goo and Focus Fire, but they will not be interested in doing that against the TongFu lineup right now. The risk of getting relocated on.
And Fisher. Fisher's good against Roshan.
It's the best.
You can't touch him. Or he can't touch you. Zex Bingo does catch LT here. Earthshaker taken down as Rubik gets the worst skill from ES.
You just go into the Roche pit, and then you fissure outside it, and the enemy team can't counter you in there. They can't get in.
Oh wow, that's amazing. You know, they don't have relocate or anything, telekinesis to lift you over. No, it's really good. That's amazing. It just becomes a Bermuda Triangle. Nothing works in there anymore.
Actually, that's true. The Roche pit kind of is like the Bermuda Triangle.
You can't do anything.
You're right next to it. Oh, you went in. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah,
you don't right outside.
Called out top lane fan Yule stuff as he does get hit by the Life Striker Ray. Thunder God's Wrath, a tiny bit of damage, but mainly vision out here to see where the rest of them are.
They showed up with 5 heroes for that kill.
Yeah, well.
It's a value kill, though.
That was Lena's Yules, right?
Yes.
No one else. Yeah, it must have been. But yeah, in the Roche pit, in that little sort of barrier at the entrance, is there still the area which you can stand in and people can walk past you without seeing you?
I think so. I'm not sure if that got changed.
The one further down to the right, like the one kind of there. There's an area where you can stand there, and if people walk through the top part, they can't see you. But I don't know if they changed that.
It might still be there.
There's all sorts of weird crap like that. Like on some of the ramps, there's...
Yeah, some ramps are really weird. Like the bottom ramp in the river is still odd. There's a spot where you can actually stand where it looks like you can see up, but you can't.
Yeah.
And
well, like where Old Chicken is now, there's a spot over there when it's nighttime that has some really awkward vision situations.
But still, I think it's actually just an old bug that hasn't been fixed yet.
Like pathing.
Pathing is great.
You can't see him smiling.
I'm smiling, guys. It's been improved though. Like
yes, like you can't say that they've done a bad job. There are a few glitches, but overall, like 99% of everything works.
Yeah, well, still aiming for 100, right? That's the goal.
Of course.
But yeah, the pathing has been a problem. I think they got a lot out of a specific replay. I seem to remember reading that with like an issue Loda had in a competitive game or something, and they drew something out of that.
Loda gets so many bugs. The Blink Dagger bug, where the sort of angular trajectory that you get, I can't remember what the numbers are, but like 13% off your actual click, the Blink Dagger still works, and it didn't work for Loda, and he was casting spells before blinking, which shouldn't happen.
Yeah, and a lot of people had been reporting it, but they didn't find any sort of...
Yeah, they couldn't pinpoint like the line of code until they saw...
They couldn't reproduce it, basically, until they got a good example of it.
This exact moment in the game. But so far, TongFu WZ and EP both, posturing at this mid lane. There is a little more spread from EP, but they still move heroes across. They're just going to go for the trade. I thought maybe the Storm Spirit moves himself across there. All chicken, pushing out pretty hard. And the Gyro, still with the rest of his team. On the front line, Zex Bingo, as well as DDR. Straight behind him. But what's the jump here from EP? Ball lightning into Shackle Shot. I guess there's Shadow Blade from the Wind Ranger as well. So yeah, Jin-Q does have to be careful here.
He does have backup though. They can relocate him out. They can blink call. There's quite a few plays. They're actually just going to trade. I think this is the best play for EP. Just try to avoid this kind of fight that...
As long as they don't lose any hero mid.
Favoring. Oh, they're doing some decent damage here with Zeus.
Thunder God's Wrath, it spots out the 3 or 4 heroes behind the Gyrocopter.
Wow, he's actually dropping really low here. Now they need to be careful. Fissure.
Well, the BKB
for that tower. That's not too bad for EP. They trade 1-for-1 tower. They force out a BKB, and they were in the worst position to begin with.
So, as EP now, do you still want to continue farming? Know that TongFu WZ aren't going to be aggressive, but you trade off farm for farm? Oh, Zex Bingo, okay. I thought he blink called onto someone, but do you trade off farm here knowing that you've got Wind Ranger, Bristle, and Storm? 3 cores who all profit very well from getting a lot of gold, and
I think they could. They could take a farming approach, and they could take the ganking approach. Both actually are fine here. The most important thing for them is that they need to split push intelligently so that they don't get caught out by a relocate. He's not going to kill this guy.
No.
They need to relocate for that.
Oh, Fan gets himself away. Yeah, I was wondering if they go for farming or top lane, because the tier 1 up there is still available to take, and without the BKB on Gyrocopter, they can go take tier 1 and then move through the jungle, like sweep through, and then maybe look towards mid lane tier 1.
Well, it's true, they've only claimed 1 tower, actually. That's kind of unusual for EP, I want to say, in these games we've seen in the qualifier. They tend to play good early game and get a couple towers, and then the mid-game decision-making has been the issue for them, but
as Pimpmuckle just pointed out, like, they've only just started warding relatively aggressively. They've got 1 up on that,
oh man,
boy. Call down and Small Tooth Thunder in between 3. The Lightning God behind him doesn't really do anything to save him. You imagine if that was a Dazzle or some kind of defensive support, then maybe the Bristleback stands and fights and tanks it up and, possibly runs away.
If that's a position 1 Bristle, they can't even go on him.
True.
Like, they're actually, well, they can kill him, of course, but they need to commit a hell of a lot, and the risk of a counterplay would still be there. So, but yeah, offlane Bristles like that with mech only minute 24, still a fairly easy kill. Like, he didn't even get the mech off. They actually killed him during Berserk Call only with their heroes there. So,
and his mango's in the stash, so he didn't have that 1 HP regen.
That would have kept them safe.
Yep. LT chased down by the axe, good enchant totem, but blink in 7 seconds. I don't know if the chase is on here. He's got a couple of heroes behind him. Gyrocopter's on the chase. Fissure, a little bit unusual there, but he didn't want to turn around and slow down the retreat. LT will be caught. And they will find this kill with a Culling Blade. But again, the trade-off is, you kill off the Earthshaker. Like, in this situation, I'm going to kind of disregard the Bristleback kill. You look at the spread again. Mid lane is Wind Ranger free farming, and then can go into a jungle. Bottom lane, you've got the Zeus, looking for Observer Wards, but then Fan, bottom lane. You're getting 2 cores farming, like, completely freely. There is no aggressive play outside of a relocate. And both of these heroes have ways to escape. Does Wisp actually carry Dust? Like, that's the bit, yeah, of course he does.
I think in this version, it's probably still a better trade for the team that gets the kill after the kill bounty was increased to do it like that. As long as they don't lose map control, they're probably fine. I think he tethered the wolf there a little bit by mistake. Oopsie. Yeah, they end up getting a tier 2 anyway, so that gank definitely worth it for them.
Oh, blink call, not gonna catch old chicken. Too quick on the fingers and Fan, zip yourself back. The relocate did come in, and
they might try to fight top.
Yeah, they know the Wisp is coming back. Bristleback running towards that relocate location as Lina hiding in the wing. They bring the Gyrocopter in as Small Tooth Thunder on the retreat. Fissure trying to stop the retreat, but Zex Bingo will not get the call. LT in a tiny little cranny there. Oh, did he? Well, it's not going to kill him. A big Echo Slam onto 5, but not enough damage. As Old Chicken is now the one who's caught out. Shadowblade in 9, dusted up. He's got a lot of movement speed. At this point,
he's dead if he gets yielded. I don't know if they have it ready, though.
They can't redust, though. He's going to Shadowblade and he's fine. There's only Wisp with dust. Oh, Old Chicken. That was a mistake. Zex Bingo now with a call. And this Wind Ranger going to regret that massively. He popped Wind Run and came out of Invis. Cinder's looking off into the distance, but Small Tooth Thunder, the Bristleback.
He must have just that was just a
It's just a misclick, yeah. There is no reasoning behind it. It is just a misclick. Small Tooth Thunder mid lane, pushing into the tier 1. Is he going to take it? He's called up. The deny going to come out here from someone, but they're going to go for the kill first. Bristle. Storm gets the last hit on the tower, but they lose Small Tooth Thunder. The chase is on. Yule Scepter not available just yet. He gets out of range. And we're looking for the chase. A blink call. YCYK, this is looking damn good for TongFu WZ. 12 to 22, 26 minutes into the game. Game 2 of this 2-game series as Gyrocopter is leaps and bounds ahead of anybody in this game. 4,000 or so net worth ahead of the Storm. And then the difference between, you know, Windranger and Act isn't that big. And the fact that Act has a BKB blink and, what is it, Blade Mail now pretty much, if he wants it.
Yeah, this game is getting really difficult for EP. I don't know what they... Like, they're going to get the Linkins again on Windranger like they did in the last game. I think this time it's mainly to block Laguna Blade, but... Or the Yules, so she can't get the opening, but... I don't think that solves their problem right now, which is they can't teamfight. And the reason they can't teamfight is that they either need more lockdown, or they need a way to kill heroes. The Wisp tether is not being broken ever. Like, they don't jump on the Wisp with the Storm. He doesn't manage to get in and get the snipe. Now with the Glimmer Cape, it's going to be way more difficult than in the past. And they might just have missed their opportunity, actually.
What does this Zeus offer you? Like, what did he offer in the other game? Stacking, pulling, getting levels for himself, and an early Thunder God's Wrath? But then that didn't give you any kill potential.
He hasn't really seemed useful this game.
Like Earthshaker, fine. Storm, fine. I can see the merits of all of these heroes, but again, it comes down to the draft when we're looking at it thinking, okay, Bristleback needs a partner. He needs someone to keep him alive, tank him up, and make him sort of a threat in these team fights.
Once again, I actually think EP's draft would have been so much better if they just laned the Bristleback safe lane, or mid, and they could have. But it's probably just down to their players that they're limited in how they put their lanes here. That they have to put this Windranger player mid instead of top.
It is all chickens here,
yeah.
So.
But if he could have played that off lane, they would have had a way better shot at this. Because then they had Bristleback, who would actually be a frontliner and tank up this nice shackle shot.
Them in. Jinq is caught, and Gyrocopter losing his HP at a drastic rate. Glimmer Cape out as the cooldown will land onto 2. Ulchigan stops the turn and fight. Lure the Zeus on the back end. That's a ball lightning into no one as Fan zips in and zips all the way back to Fountain. Fisher, second time around, not going to land onto anyone.
Spells being missed galore here. They should have definitely claimed the Aegis there.
Yeah.
If the ball lightning would have landed, if the Fissure would have landed, either of those two would have given them a kill on the gyro. But instead, they're just going to relocate him back and heal him up.
Bottle dropped here. But yeah, there's no reason why they don't just continue going up to tier 3.
Gyro is really, really strong right now.
Earthshaker, I know it's not the end of the game now, but at what stage... Oh, he's not going to be even anywhere near Blink Dagger. I was thinking, at what stage do you, pull a Witch Doctor and sell your items for an Aghanims, but in this case, sell your items for a Blink Dagger. Like we saw from the Treant in the previous series.
Well, if he sells all his stuff now, he's still like 1,000 gold short.
Yeah. I thought maybe he'd say something up, but Small Tooth Thunder is caught. Zexbingo pops his own BKB, ball lining across, looking for the leader, but in fact, going onto that Wisp, they finally take down that conduit of power that TongFu WZ were relying on. Buyback from Zeus. As the pressure continues, Jinq is going to give up his first life, but take the Windrangers in exchange. Lurk caught by the telekinesis. And without buyback on EP, they've got 3 heroes dead for a good minute. Tier 3 going to fall, as well as Rax. Looks like here for TongFu WZ and Aegis the Immortal finally going to be taken. No, Jinq surviving through it all. The Fissure finally lands and brings him down. But at this point, Energy Pacemaker getting a draw here, it's okay, but you would have loved to have a 2-0 series.
Yeah, now that they get a draw, I think eHome are actually guaranteed first. Like, if that... They still have a chance of coming back into this, but it's looking really, really slim right now.
Gyro has 17,500 net worth.
Yeah.
The lead suddenly plummets.
Yeah, it's about 12,000 gold lead now. And, well, let's imagine EP lose this game. That's not that hard to imagine. Then they will have 7 points in the group with a draw here, but they lost 0-2 to eHome. So even if eHome loses 0-2 in their next one, I think they win on heads up and there's no tiebreaker. I'm not 100% that's the case, but it would make sense if that's how it works. It is how it works. We got a nod from Shiver.
Shiver knows everything.
Yeah.
TongFu WZ, 4 heroes in mid lane. Rubik down in the bot rune spot. And in this case, it's just going to be a simple case of eliminate any objective, any hero that come across. Gyrocopter How does EP go about killing the Wisp or the Gyrocopter? Because Axe is going to blink call onto someone. You kind of look for different targets, and now Bristleback farming Ancients at this stage. You know you are just going to be obliterated here by the Lina. Like, where did he go? Is it rapier time again, Pimp? I'm pretty sure that's what he was going to be looking for. No, he's shaking his head.
No,
it's going to be a satanic. Oh, really?
Heart.
Relocate. Who are they looking for? Jin Q going to get sent up to top lane as fans. Zipping back. He's on about 200 mana though. He's got not much left, but BKB TP going to get cancelled out by the call and dunk. Zex Bingo. He's been the big one in this game. Like Gyrocopter, sure, he's been farming a hell of a lot. Rubik and Wisp have had good playmaking roles, but it's been Zex Bingo, his early blink dagger timing, roaming around the map and just making sure that EP is shut down completely.
Yeah, well, you asked how do you take these kind of fight? Oh, wait a second.
Call down onto trees. Old Chicken went invis. And Sayaka, he knows where Old Chicken went, but no dust, no reveal. Not going to be able to find that kill.
The only way they can win this, the upcoming fight, is that Storm jumps the Wisp and they blow him up with the Zeus. And for that to happen, they probably need a good Fissure as well, and or a Shackle. And that means if Wisp is in a decent position, he can easily Glimmer Cape when he sees Storm jumping, else the Fissure has to open. And it's very difficult for EP to pull that off. And even if Wisp dies, he might have buyback and he can just relocate back. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. And well,
you can't touch the Gyrocopter.
He is not going to die. Like, they actually can't kill him. If they go all in, if they blow everything on going on Gyro, they will just be counter-engaged on. So that's actually impossible.
Fine, okay, 1 versus 1. Jin Q, I'm pretty sure, is going to win out in this one. There are 4 or 5 heroes here from Energy Pacemaker. But the reaction from TongFu WZ is going to be right. Bam, bam, bam. Relocate, blink across, and get everybody in there. Shackle shot.
No, it's too short. He's actually in trouble now.
Lincoln's will pop with Shadowblade at 12 seconds as Old Chicken's on the retreat. Zex Bingo tethered up. Over on the back end, though, is Fan. The other Chicken's already got down. Jin Q walking in. He knows that there's nothing to stop him, but Fan can TP out. The Axe chasing people down. There's nothing to go through that BKB. Old Chicken has no TP.
Uh-oh.
So, Wind Ranger.
He actually doesn't want to run back through the lane because he's scared of the detection, which he has every reason to be. So he's going to be too late to show up for this tower, I think. He might get an interesting initiation angle off Force Blink.
Zeus not long for this world. Earthshaker does buy back. Does he TP into the middle of things? Tier 3? No. Still not there in the fight, and 1 by 1. Small Tooth Thunder gone. Fan called up, not just yet. Misses out, in fact. DDR has stolen the ball lightning from the Storm Spirit, and Old Chicken Shadowblade. He's got Shackle, he's got Power Shot, got Focus Fire, and DDR needs 1 more hit, which he will get uphill. The homing missile still chasing him down, though. Continuing through, and Fissure, Jin Q is caught here. There's a lot of damage. He's got Satanic, maybe able to pop this, turn back and fight, but no. They've got just enough to kill him off. That's an interesting turn.
Who was it they bought back on the Radiant? They bought someone back for that fight.
Earthshaker?
Shaker. Okay, so that was actually a really good outcome for them. The fight extended long enough, and Old Chicken managed to get an angle, and yeah, they didn't lose the racks. Shaker dying again, however, he's going to be very far away from the Blink Dagger still, I imagine, with the buyback. No, actually not even that bad. He could also get a Glimmer Cape now if he wants, but I imagine he will be looking for the Blink. And, well, EP hold. They're still really far behind, but killing the Gyro at the end is very, very important for them to get a shot at coming back in the game.
What is the difference right now? Like, the swing there was decent, but we're still looking at, what, 13,000 lead or so for TongFu WZ?
I think it's already updated. They're actually 15k behind.
Okay.
So, I don't know what they're going to do. They're probably still going to... I think the approach is still... Okay.
Zex Bingo is godlike. Storm has buyback. He's also got Bloodstone, so 30 seconds until he's back on the field. It's Sayaka, the Wisp, and his little orbs flying around. Relocate was used there, so they don't have the saving relocate for the next fight for another minute or so, but
they don't really...
Roshan is up soonish.
They don't really need that safe relocate, I think. So
45 seconds or so.
Beforehand, they would have needed it for Gyro, but now that Gyro has Satanic and is that tanky, and they have a Glimmer Cape, they probably can't bring him down. The way they'll blow up the Gyro is that if they were to try that, they would need to jump him with Storm, then Fissure, Zeus ult, like just drop everything, and half of that damage is magical. If anyone Glimmer Capes him, he's fine. And even without Glimmer Cape, he might still live through the whole thing with just Overcharge. So, yeah, it's a very tough call for EP. The next fight, how they're going to approach it, but I would still recommend going on the Wisp first and taking it from there.
Radiant's courier
it's
has
gotta
been
be.
killed.
Oh, courier.
Radiant's courier has been
That
killed
was a
over by the
Point
secret shop.
booster
Point
for... Who needed that point booster?
Windrunner Aghanim?
Zeus.
Oh,
No.
Zeus.
Is he
Okay.
going Ags? Oh.
Yes, he is. There's the Blink Dagger on Earthshaker, though. That's a big deal. And you see, actually, YCYK picks up a Mithril Hammer, so BKB for her. Not too far away. I'm assuming BKB. The fact that she's got no item slots, you know, usually buy the Ogre Club first. Could be Deso, could be Maelstrom, but BKB here against the Storm Spirit, Zeus, the Wind Ranger. Kind of expected.
Yeah, for sure. BKB Bristle. Oh. He's still just fragile. He dies in a call.
Damage-wise as well, like, what does he actually output? He's got no SNY, no AC, nothing really to do anything to these guys. Rubik's never going to be in a situation where he's in range of the Bristleback to sort of run him down. He's always going to be sitting further towards the back. Maybe he tries and tanks up the Gyrocopter if they do jump in with a Storm Spirit initially, but yeah, take a look at this. Roshan is back up. Zex Bingo, Sayaka, and Jinkyu has a slot. He does have a slot ready for this. Do you still give it to the Gyro? He is unkillable.
This could be the end of the game here. EP are trying to contest this. If they fail this engage, they're going to lose Roche and the second lane. They're going all in.
Well, smoke pops, Thunder goes Wrath, gives them vision. The Roshan is not dead yet. And Jinkyu now Echo Slam onto 2 pulses BKB, though it turns. The call down going to land on everybody. YCYK is focused down by the Storm Spirit, but this is looking pretty bad for EP. There is one up on the cliff as Fan is zapped down. The Storm is gone. Buys back. He hasn't got any teammates remaining. Old Chicken and Small Tooth Thunder trying to battle it out here with Jinkyu. The Shackle Shot not gonna latch. And it's just back and forth. Jinkyu pacing this river, making sure that Old Chicken can't find anything further here. Fan has rejoined. They go for the steal, they go for the jump, definitely Jinkyu. The relocate back out, so now it's a 2 versus 3. The Gyro's caught in the vortex, but he's got Satanic available, Sin. He's got the ability to turn and fight, and Small Tooth Thunder trapped on the cliff, TPing out, but he can't escape the stolen vortex from DDR. The Rubik catches the Storm, and that's it. Storm's very dead for a minute. Bristleback does have it, and you got a couple of supports returning in 5 or 6 seconds or so, but Roshan has taken it at long last. That was a good, minute and a half, 2-minute fight in and around Roshan. It was a good showing for EP initially.
They had to try that. I think they also did a pretty good job in that fight. I want to say the Echo Slam was pretty underwhelming, but at least he caught the axe in it in the start and they brought him down very fast. But if he gets a secondary or a tertiary target there, maybe they end up winning the fight. Instead, it's just all in all a fairly even trade, which TongFu obviously will come out ahead of because of the Roche. And while they're looking to push, there's 30 seconds on the Storm. They know this because he bought back, so there's no possibility for him to make it back. Nice Fissure, though. They're actually buying a lot of time with the power shot. And is there backdoor protection yet? Okay, the Siege Creep finally reaches, so...
The slow walk around the Fissure there for Jinkyu. Glyph forced here. But they will slowly take this tier 3 down. Another good Fissure. Does that trap in the Gyrocopter? Looks like it does, but he's still got a Wisp behind him. And the rest of Energy Pacemaker, Bristleback TPing to the front lines. Blink call from Zex Bingo. In comes the call down, and Bristleback evaporates under the damage. Storm Spirit Fan jumps in. BKB is popped, and he finds the Wisp. The initial kill there from EP is good, but Jinkyu is still in the middle of the 2 rags, getting those Satanic hits out there. Back to full HP, and Old Chicken. Is there dust? Is there reveal? They've got the ball lightning. He turns and hits the Rubik for 1. Gem of True Sight is dropped, and Fan is back in here. Gets into the middle of the fight.
That's a really good hold.
EP still do not lose racks. Gyrocopter though can't find LT. The final flat cannon hit somehow gets vision. Shackle Shot not gonna latch as Jinkyu. Satanic still on cooldown for another 10 seconds or so. Zex Bingo. Fan has just been zipping in pretty damn well. There's Aegis the Immortal gone.
I actually think they can kill him again. They should have another Wind Ranger ult very soon. He did pick up the axe before this fight.
Hold down. They just have to try and dodge this out. Make sure he can't regen any life. Running low on mana, but he's still going to have that full lightning from Fan. The Storm Spread zipping from the fountain.
That's got to be a really big gold swing, that fight overall. Like, that's just the last kill.
Oh, God.
That one kill is 1750 gold. And before that, they actually won the fight. I think when this updates, it's about a 5k swing, probably. Wind Ranger Axe did quite a bit of damage in that fight, and most importantly, the Shaker got a better Echo this time. He isolated the Lina, he hit, I think, two targets with the Echo, maybe 3, got a really good Fissure too, and their overall positioning inside their base was just way better. Still though, like, Bristle just
Yeah.
He just died before the fight started. Like
He's
actually, I haven't really felt the presence of the hero at all this game.
TP's in, he ceases to exist, and it's like, well, guys, I want to go for a smoke outside or something like that. I'm done here. But I think Fan, the fact that he's able to ball lightning into the middle of like 3 or 4 heroes, soak up and tank Light Strike Ray, Laguna Blade, a bunch of spells, and then somehow he meanders his way back to the Fountain. He's like, right, guys, I'm ready for round 2, round 3, round 4.
Storm is super scary when you're doing a base push. If he gets to reset and re-go twice, then, or reset and re-go once, just, it's...
Yeah, he did it twice there. Well, the Thunder goes around, the scouting out here. As Lena's caught by the Hex from Fan. DDR is taken down. LT, Blink forward and Enchant Totem. ZX Bingo. Well, Zex Bingo is forced to BKB for nothing. Relocates. Wisp.
Back up. 1 kill for that smoke on a Rubik. That's not really what they were hoping for, but it's better than nothing. How much gold does that kill? Is that 800? Oh, wow.
Oh,
okay.
you're so good, Sind.
Oh, it's actually even more because they also lose. But yeah, it's 800 gain and about 450 loss. So effectively a 1300 swing for 1 kill here.
They found Jin-Q. Can they kill him before BKB and Satanic though? As Fan's gone in, they've got no Hex, and Jin-Q turns back. The cooldown is going to land onto this Bristleback, and he will be the martyr here, giving up his life as ES taken out by the Lena in the back end somewhere. Old Chicken on the retreat. Call from Axe. Who's that on to? They found Fan. They found the Storm. But he didn't realize himself because the threshold, his HP was just a little bit too high.
They can't go for an engage like that. They tried to jump on the gyro in a really bad position. They weren't even remotely close to bringing him down as support was there. The reason they can kill the gyro inside their base is that they cleaned up the rest of the team first and just spread out better. But when TongFu are combined and they start grouping up to go in, the threat of Axe, the call down, everything Lena's got, it's way too much to deal with. So. Yep, they lost a little bit there. They didn't lose that much because they're so far behind, but this is what's important.
Top lane is really far back.
They actually lost the game.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit more important than the 1500 gold they lost in that fight. They're gonna get megaed if they're not really fast with the Storm here. I think Gyro might have BKB ready still, and he could probably just brute force down this Raxia.
And Satanic.
There's no bluff. It's over.
Oh, there's Mega's BKB preemptive. He saw the Storm coming. Old Chicken does get a shackle onto 2. Thunder goes around, a decent amount of damage here on his Zex Bingo, and YCYK, but LT misses the Fissure, whiffs it completely. The TP in here from the Bristleback not really going to be felt as looking over towards mid lane. The Vortex out. They do find the Lena at the very least, and followed up with a Rubik kill, but they've lost every single Rax in their base. A Blink Dagger on the Wisp now. It's got to be, okay guys, all down mid, try and find anything we can. We've killed 2, maybe we can fight 5v3.
Look how hard a time they have pushing out this 1 creep wave. He's focus firing 1 melee creep.
The Zeus is bot lane.
They don't damage. They actually can't push.
Fan goes across like, Zeus, right, you deal with this creep wave. Let's see how long it takes him to actually kill it off. Right, well there's 1 Arc Lightning, 2. It's going to take him like 3 or 4 to get through these creep waves.
They weren't even full health when he started.
Nope.
It's just Arc Lightning that, or the static field that allows him to do this. Like if that wasn't there, he wouldn't even be able to hold the base, I think. Call down, they're buying time.
Well, Lena doesn't have buyback for, well, she's alive in 45 seconds. A lot of gold needed for buyback there for her. Aghanim Scepter was fully done, so it wasn't a BKB, which I thought. Aghanim's for that Lena. Small 2 Thunder on the front lines. Bristleback gonna try and get up onto this high ground as Old Chicken does have focus fire. The base is being marauded by these mega creeps. Zex Bingo, Blink call onto 2. This is what they wanted. Fan, caught and cold. As EP lose 2. GG is called, and that's it. 1 apiece here in this 2-game series. TongFu WZ taking game 2 up against Energy Pacemaker. And you've got to say, EP, they were looking for the 2-0 sweep here to really secure their spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, now they're actually not guaranteed it, I think. Did they 2-0 Newbie Young?
Well, I can actually tell you that right now.
It's all decided.
It is decided?
Group A is Group A. We all know what's going to happen at Group A. We have number 1 eHome, number 2 Energy Pacemaker still, and then you know the rest is at the bottom. There's still some rankings amongst them to be decided.